Hi there. Welcome back. How are you today? This is in the lesson. Preventive maintenance. So I got two ukuleles here. This is Jack Daniels. It's a PV. And the one that I'm using in the next lesson is actually my wife's ukulele. Oh, so organized here. This is the Van Gogh Starry Starry Night ukulele to Luna. Beautiful. And I was getting set up to do some stuff. And they both get regular use. They get a lot more use than the other ukuleles in the house, just because they're the ones that we teach with and the ones that we do the online stuff with. Not intonating really, really well, and they're decent, good. They're not like ukuleles I built. And then you look right down here, and you can't see it now, but you'll start seeing the saddle separate from. And it has to do with construction. Like I said, both of these are reasonably good ukuleles. But I know for a fact, because I can see inside this one, it does have screws in the saddle that go through. So if I remove these pearls here, there are screws that go in, and there is a tone plate of some sort in here. But after time, just this tension that's on them will cause the saddle to start to come away. And you'll notice that because you're tuning it constantly. It never stays in tune. So you can take it to a luthier, or you can take it to a tech shop. You can back up all the strings and slide in. I use a syringe, and I slide in some CA glue, and then I just clamp it down, and I leave it off tension for about 24 hours, and that'll work really well. These sealed hex bolts on the tuning pegs, you want to watch out right here. These, they have a hex nut on the front of them. These will loosen, and you'll get a rattle, and you can't find the rattle anywhere. And you check the nut, and you check the bridge, and you check the frets, and it isn't. It's these hex bolts here. They just need to be tuned. And when you do tune them, again, remove the strings, and then do them. And then after I got everything done, my A string, my first string on the Jack Daniels broke, and it broke in the middle. It may have had something to do with the tech stuff I was doing on the fretboard. But it may just be, sometimes strings break. And I noticed that my strings were already mismatched, which meant the last time I restrung it, I only put one string on it. So I had a total set of Aguilar concert strings on it. Just, again, you're new to this. There's a ton of YouTube videos on how to tie this knot at the bottom. Or just take it into a music store, and most techs and stuff, I think they put strings on, especially if you buy the strings there, they'll do it for free. My tip for you in restrings, whether you're doing one string or whether you're doing the whole thing, when you put them under tension, it's not just the strings and the knots that need to tighten up, but the ukulele itself is going to physically change shape. You don't really see it, but as you put it under tension, the neck is going to turn in. It's what it does. So my trick here is I tune these all up a full step. So my G string, I tune to A. My C string, I tune to a D. My E string, I tune to an F sharp, and this I tune to a high B. And then I'll strum it. I'll get it in tune, and I'll strum it a little bit in D. Then I will retune it. And when it holds in D, that's when I back it up into C. It just speeds up the entire. Otherwise, those new strings, you're just constantly tightening and tightening and tightening and tightening. I put it under just a full step tension. So keep an eye on the gap right here. You don't want to see a gap here on between the saddle and the base of it. And if you do get some help, call me, text me, DM me. I can give you some tips and tricks. Anyways, till next time.